You're Near the Wild with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska.
Hello. How's the sound? Is it good?
Can you turn your microphone up a little bit? The volume?
Yeah, here. There. How about like that? Does that sound better?
Way better.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in the most beautiful spot in the whole world right now.
Right now?
Right now. That's the thing. This house we got this time it's fucking unbelievable.
Hold on now.
No way, because
Well, someone's got to echo.
Yeah, I'm hearing echo too.
Are you perhaps, Becker, the most beautiful spot? Is it on the rim of a canyon?
Are you in a cave?
I'm looking down at the ocean, but yeah, no, it's not in a canyon. I could go in the bathroom, but that would ruin the whole effect.
That would be too much reverb.
Do you think it's echoing from me, or do you think you guys are doing it?
Well, it's on the line. I think it's worked out now. Yep.
Yeah, I think
all
it's
done.
Stop.
Yeah.
Good job, Skype. Nice work.
All right.
Technology.
No, they got the new update. Has actually been very smooth.
Yeah. I don't know. I try not to update unless I absolutely have to.
Did it update? I didn't update anything.
No, I didn't either. Becker did. He fixed it / ruined it.
Yeah, I had an update.
Becker's one of those early
Yeah.
adopters.
So Becker, you're in Costa Rica. John, you're in Alaska.
I'm in Samara.
Yep.
Samara, Costa Rica.
Where?
Samara. I'm down in the kind of about 2 hours south of where we're from.
Where you were last week. Let's say that.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
And you guys, you're still with a large group, and you guys are renting a house on the beach.
It's not on the beach; it's above the beach, but it's beautiful.
Oh, did you rent a cloud?
Do you? How do you get to the beach?
You know, I can see the beach. Like I said, it's clear you can see it, but it's all jungle down below us. So I really wouldn't walk it.
But you probably have a pool, right?
100% infinity pool right over the ocean. Yeah.
Yeah. So no need to get into the sharks territory.
When I pee in that pool, I swear to God, I'm peeing in the ocean. That's how infinity it is. Right on. It's eye level.
They've gone to every extent to make it feel like that ocean feel when you're urinating.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
So how long are you at the rental mansion?
We're down here for a few more days. We got this, and then we go. We head back to the more centered part of our trip, and then we go do more of like the snorkeling and the spearfishing. But right now, there's no reason to leave this house. This house is beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every year when I was going down there, that's when we first started getting the large beach houses because we could cram everyone into one or split it between two. And it was way more economical than wrangling everyone into hotel rooms.
Yep.
And yeah, there was really, I mean, you'd leave to go get groceries or something, but there's really nothing else to do except go to the beach or lay by the pool. And that's what you want to do down there. There's really, it's not like you're going down to the mall to see what's doing, right?
Right. No, it'd be a good idea to do a short film festival down here.
So you're telling me there's no movie theater, there's no strip mall?
No.
There's nothing.
Well, I don't know. It's been about 5 years since I've been there. Becker, have they like brought in the cookie cutter molds and put in the strip malls yet?
No, it's still very mom and pop, and then big stores. You know, those are two choices.
What, like Costco?
No, big stores. I mean, like bigger than the small ones.
like a van is bigger than a Volkswagen Bug.
Gotcha.
They have Walmart credit down here now, though. They give you a Walmart card as a credit card.
They're
giving
you put money on the
South
card?
Americans credit. Yeah, they're going around giving them credit, and it's Walmart based, but they're not actually here.
They don't have Walmarts?
No, they have credit from Walmart.
No, Walmart is in the banking game now, gentlemen. They have credit cards. They're probably secured cards where you put money down and then you can spend that money and then you replenish. or are they actually doing like a revolving credit, like a Visa card, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's amazing. It's in English. It says Walmart card. The only thing that I could read in the whole store was credit from America.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny that before Walmart gets here, you could actually be broke where you couldn't apply for a Walmart card. They'd be like, I'm sorry, we already tried you. You sucked before we got here.
That was part of our advance warning system. We give everyone a credit card for $75, and the deadbeats end up not being able to even get in the store when they finally build it.
Well, they're going to be so broke that Walmart's going to be the only place they'll be able to shop. That's the goal.
No, I know, but I know they'll change the name. They'll probably make it like Solo Marto or something. And I'd be like, I used to know that place, but I got nothing now. If I didn't know better, this would be a Walmart.
So is it like a secluded area you're in, or is it like a town?
It is. It's a town. It's a college town, actually, down below.
Universidad.
No, there's holler monkeys yelling right now, actually. But here's the deal: it's a town, and it's secluded. But this is a gated community.
You got to keep all those students out.
No, this is the housing project that we stayed last year, a couple houses down. It was built by the owner of Nintendo. Him and a couple of his other business partners got together and bought this whole hillside and built these incredible houses along here. And this is one of the other ones that somebody else built. And we think it was one of the first ones because of the amount of vegetation that, the timeline is vegetation. And it's just beautiful. But it's set up a lot better than the other one, I think.
So
the bedrooms are downstairs. The whole kitchen, you stand in the kitchen, all the glass doors, you know how they have those sliding big natural wood doors that pull out?
Yeah.
They open up, so you have an open air to the entire ocean in front of you.
Like a restaurant
with
would
the
do.
little town.
Like a restaurant would do to have like an open deck.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and all glass.
Nintendo...
And all glass. The patio is all glass front, so you can see through it. So in the morning, you get up and have coffee. You sit there going, "Are you fucking kidding me? This is amazing." I mean, if you ever get like terminal cancer or anything, just come down here, rent the house. You know you're not gonna have to pay for it.
And you get
die
cheap,
here.
You can get the cheap prescriptions.
Senor, your card was declined. I go, yeah, it's my Walmart card. Sorry.
And so these places are all owned by Nintendo. This is where the Nintendo bigwigs come down and they do mushrooms and LSD and think of new games.
Yeah, Mario, Luigi, they're all there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can only. I mean, where do you think their inspiration comes from? Jesus Christ, have you played the Wii? The people don't have legs, yet they do sports. That's something Christopher Reeves dreamt of.
So that's how you start your day, Becker? You get up and you open up those big floor to ceiling windows.
Yeah. And you know how, guys, I already sleep. I sleep 4 hours anyway.
Yeah.
Like last night we watched both. We got up at 6:30 in the morning. We realized with the timeline and the fact we're in the central time zone, we had about 7 hours until the first football game.
Oh, yeah. The playoffs.
We had some coffee. We made some eggs. Chili was the main course we were going to have for the football. Everyone had Sprites and approved somewhat. But then we drank. I mean, we had banana margaritas, our banana, what are they?
Daiquiris?
Banana smoothies. Yeah, I don't know. That we found these weird fresh coconut milk, coconut guano or whatever it's called. I don't know what it is.
Guava juice?
But it's a thick brown gooey gel, but it smells like coconut. It's the part that you forget about in coconut drink.
Guano, isn't that bat shit?
Because it's really gross. It looks like snot. Yeah.
Guano.
That's bat shit, yeah. What I love about Becker is he spends all these years to go down to Costa Rica, and he doesn't let any of the details pass him by. He makes sure he really just absorbs all of the flavor. Yeah, we had guano shakes. Or whatever you fucking call them. Those long, like fruity yellow things. Whatever. Yeah, we put those with some rum.
But they build $1 million house, and yet it doesn't have satellite. It's DSL and somehow wire, telephone, cables, TV. Thank God for Slingbox. If I hadn't had my Slingbox, we were able to wire from Alaska to Samara and watch the football games in English.
Can you change the channel in Alaska from Costa Rica on your Slingbox?
Yes. You know what's the coolest was the Slingbox? As I said, this podcast brought to you by Slingbox, the most incredible theft of services I've ever seen. We recorded the fights. You know the fights, the AFC fights?
Yeah.
Because the Irish guy.
No, the UFC. The UFC, right?
UFC.
UFC. I don't know. Anyway, we recorded the fights while the game was on the box at home. And here's the cool part was it shows you the signal you're getting from the Slingbox sitting in my house in Anchorage. And it shows the signal we're getting here. Well, I knew we were getting a full signal here, but we weren't getting a very good picture. And I was a little worried because game time was coming up in just 5 more hours. So we moved it, kind of did some shit. But then I could actually turn it within a couple inches of turning the laptop with a Wi-Fi stick. And it would increase the signal in Alaska. I don't know how it all works either. But I actually made the signals 5 bars on both ends, and we got crystal clear picture.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah, but that was amazing. I mean, because I was panicking. These guys like, this thing's going to work, right? And I'm going, maybe.
And you got to see it in with the English commentary?
Oh, my God. Yeah. No, it's Anchorage. We got the Anchorage commentary with the Anchorage commercials.
I like that you guys are all in what you just described as paradise. But if we don't get this fucking football game, someone's going to get murdered.
God damn it. If we don't get TV in paradise, this is over. I'm going home.
No, it wasn't a matter of that. We had to come up with plan B. We have never been down to the filthy town because we live in a gated community. We don't really like to hang with the locals. But I'll tell you, Sunday afternoon, trying to find a 2-game seat that isn't already filled late is probably not going to be easy.
Yeah.
So we got very lucky.
Well, last week I saw you guys were belly up to the bar watching the playoffs. And
yeah, that was in Tamarindo at the Sharkies.
But you guys took up the whole bar.
Yeah. Oh, we dominated. We didn't. We weren't at the bar part because they had projection TVs everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the good thing for Sharkies in Tamarindo: smart move getting 2 separate, like whatever, digital TV satellite dishes.
The boxes,
because one of their dishes went out right at the end of one of those games, and so half the screens went blank, and it said rebooting when the play. Wow. I mean, so that was smart on their part. Kudos to them.
Sharkies in Tamarindo, everybody.
No, it's great. But we got a table outside. We had chicken wings. The servers were very cordial. A drug dealer kept.
But that was last week, though, right?
Every time that was last week. But every time we went out to, like, anybody who was smoking, we go out to smoke. The same drug dealer sitting on the corner go, "Hey, you guys need anything?" He goes, "No, I've already talked to you 3 times."
So, are we talking about football now? Because I did not watch the games, but I did watch the highlights today. You are the biggest
loser I've ever met in my life. John.
I spent 10 minutes today watching the highlights. I'm ready. I know as much as you guys do, and that's
all you had to do is watch the last 4 minutes of the Seahawks game.
I got it.
John, did you put money on it? Yeah, but were you able to sit and talk shit like vaguely on the Seahawks game up until the point when they turned it around and won?
I'd much rather talk shit not knowing what I'm talking about.
That's always safe.
That's kind of what I'm telling you. That's what I did.
You know, we always jump in on this pool with Doug Stanhope and all the cast of characters out here. And Tracy's pick was at the beginning, before the first game of the season. We get everyone picks one. They put $25 in. Everyone gets a team drawn for them, so it's a blind draw. And Tracy had Green Bay. So that up until yesterday, which was Green Bay and Seattle, for the winner would go to the Super Bowl, and then Colts and New England, the winner would go to the Super Bowl, right? Well, we had 3 pools we were in. She had Green Bay, and she had Seattle, and I had New England. So before the games even started yesterday, the Chailles were going to the Super Bowl.
You guys were,
and one of us was going to win. It's a lock. So it was a day of a lot of shit talking, but I'm sitting in a sea of cheddar heads in the funhouse here in Bisbee because it's a Packer room, and I started off drinking because I got to the funhouse an hour before game time. I misunderstood the schedule, So I was drunk before anyone got there, and I'm talking shit, and then I had to just take it for like 2 quarters until that last quarter, and then it was the shit show. I mean, I'm running through the crowd with my Seahawks scarf and jumping around, and I've got this stupid fucking cigar in my mouth, and I'm chewing on it, calling it my Seahawks victory cigar. I won't light it until I was a fucking mess. Some kid gave me an Adderall at halftime, and then I figured out that Adderall, I guess that kind of hypes me up.
Because you really wanted to focus on it.
Oh my God. And I made and then that was it. I didn't even care about the second game, even though that was my team, was New England for the pool. I just figured they'd win. I wasn't paying attention. And my contribution to the buffet, the potluck, was Malibu chicken a la Sizzler.
Nice.
Nice.
Do you remember? Did you have that up there in Anchorage? John?
Yes.
There was Sizzler.
I don't know. I never saw it. Well, I guess there was a Sizzler.
Here. Not
anymore, but there was. There was one down.
There was a Sizzler. When I first came up, there was a Sizzler.
Yeah, and then wasn't there one over by the Roadhouse? Wasn't that a Sizzler? The Spinard Roadhouse.
That's exactly where it was.
Yeah.
That was a Sizzler? How long was it Hog Brothers? Because it was Hog Brothers for a long time.
No. Hog Brothers used to be right next to Coots.
No, Hog Brothers was the Roadhouse.
John.
Guys,
take you back in the 70s, the Hog Brothers was...
No, actually, the week I came up, Hog Brothers closed in March 1998.
Mm-hmm.
They had closed that week to go to their new location.
Which is where the Spinard Roadhouse is now, which used to be a
correct.
Sizzler. But the original Hog Brothers was where the swing bar is at Coots right now. It was the Fireside Lounge and Hog Brothers.
Huh.
Yeah, and the Fireside was best known for having a wall of antique guns behind it.
Once again, I am the most ill-informed.
Well, you can see a picture of that in the swing bar in the raised area. No, there's a picture painted on the wall of the back entrance to the Fireside Lounge.
Yep.
Okay.
Something to look for. A lot of history there.
I'll take your word for it.
Yes, you have to.
Well, I saw an awesome article on USA Today about the Seattle game and how many of the Seahawks fans had left the stadium by like midway through the fourth.
Really?
Before the big turnaround. And there's lots of great pictures of a bunch of sad Seahawk fans like staring at TVs through the glass because they wouldn't let them back in.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that I don't know if you guys know that area, the Seahawk Stadium, it's actually Seahawk and the Sounders, the football soccer team, Seattle Sounders. They share that field, and right across between that field and the Mariners field is like a convention center, like multi-purpose like facility. So it's all like bars or stadiums in that area. So there's a lot of partying going on anyway. So if they were trying to get back into the stadium, which they're not gonna, right? They could at least go to a bar, I would imagine. But they were just
but again, like I said, I bet the seats were already taken.
Yeah,
that's true. Yes, because that's where you go if you can't get in, or you just go to hang out at your local fucking hangout joint down there with a lot of good bars in that area because you're near Pioneer Square and Union Square. Oh, that's so funny.
But I think
no, that was amazing.
I'm just so confused about. I mean, it's the last game of the season for them, even if they do lose, and they're not going to stick it out.
Yeah, I mean, and what do you got to do? You planned on being here till the end. You didn't plan on it being a bad game for you up until the last 5 minutes. So,
well, John, what you're not taking account is the 12th man's paying a babysitter.
That is true. That is true. I mean, the 12th man is not immune to traffic problems. So
no.
Get out of there early.
Yeah, that is a mess down there. When anything happens, when we're in Seattle and there's a game on, we know that's just a time you don't even plan on going downtown, because it's not only the traffic, but it's the drunken idiots pouring out.
Yeah,
you know, and
that's my problem with sports.
But if you are one of those drunken idiots, it's fantastic. You're yelling, you have your jersey, and you won, and there's everyone's smeared with grease paint. But if you're not, you have fucking no tolerance for that shit.
No, but But remember, when you're the drunken idiot, someone's filming you. So you might have to live with this the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
Being the drunken idiot is always preferable in just about every situation. Being
Except for your wedding.
The wedding, oh, that's the best. Being the sober person around a bunch of drunken idiots, there is no good time for that. And whether they're coming out of a football game, whether they're in your car and you're driving them home at the end of the night, there's no win.
John, you just said being the sober person around a bunch of drunken idiots is no way to be.
No,
that's 80% of my job on the road with Doug Stanhope.
That's God bless you. I don't know how you do it.
I drink a lot at the end, and when we get back to Bisbee.
Yeah, Greg has that wonderful setting of I can't drink tonight, but tomorrow I will.
Yeah, when all you guys are hungover, I'm getting shit faced.
Man, that's delayed gratification.
Last night was last night. Last night I was making plans for Super Bowl here at the house. Doug's gonna be gone. He's going to the Dutch Antilles with Bingo and Brian Hennigan. So last night I'm drunk and all Adderalled up, and I'm like, no, we'll have a party here. And I'm like laying in bed for like 2 hours going, what the fuck did I do? I had a perfect out of not having to host a party with bringing in a PA and scheduling bands. And there's going to be a comedy show. JT Habersat is coming to town with Mishka Shubale, and they're going to do 2 shows in this area. We could just hang out and get drunk and watch the game and not have to do anything. And now I'm thinking, oh, how many people are going to be here? I'm going to have to get fuck. And I'm like, fuck, what did I do? Fuck Adderall.
That's what did it.
Yeah. I won one of the pools, and then I know I'm going to be in the Super Bowl. It's a lock that New England was going to, they were beating the shit out of the Colts. And then I'm just shooting my mouth off, ruining my Super Bowl.
I don't know how the Seahawks think they're going to win, but I mean, they throw what, 4 interceptions?
Yeah.
Well, I think New England would probably be happier to be playing Green Bay than Seahawks. Because we don't have to go into this because like none of us are sports guys, but it's clearly the Seahawks. I'm
not a sports guy, but I know some stats.
All right, John, what did they say about the what were they saying about the Seahawks in the first 3 quarters?
The Russell Wilson's QB rating was 13 throughout the entire game until the 4th quarter in overtime when it shot up to 90. So he only got good in the last 10 minutes of the game.
See, John, your stats, that's the problem with your stats. You're just saying numbers. His QB rating was 0 for a portion of the game.
It was 13.
It was 0 before that.
I was told 13.
0 is what you get when you're sitting on the bench.
I think
he
0,
just never got he never got the ball. I mean, he threw what? He threw an interception.
He threw 4 interceptions.
Well, I mean, in the first quarter, it was nothing was going right, man. I can't replay the game.
The onside kick was the only drive I think that was uninterrupted. That was it, the whole game.
It was funny because during the 3rd quarter, I got this guy, huge Green Bay fan, One Block Ben. He drives in from Sierra Vista, 30 minutes away with his lovely wife April, and I was fucking just champagne lippy at the beginning of the game. And by the 3rd quarter, he's loving every fucking minute of it. And I'm even bagging on Seattle. But I'm knowing that it's not over till it's over. But it was getting pretty close there. But yeah, it was a good game. I mean, I enjoyed it. I know that the Green Bay people, which was 80% of the people here, didn't stick around for the New England game.
No, that was the thing. And going to a bar would have been so brutal. Why wouldn't they play one game on Saturday, one game on Sunday?
I don't know.
That was insane.
I don't know how any of that
So I'm going to go to a bar and drink for 7 hours?
Yeah. We did that for much longer than that. We packed it in at 3 last night. We started drinking at noon.
Yeah, I'm saying at home. But if you're going to actually do it in a public place, you're like, I was in no shape for the public.
There's got to be some deal where advertising is more expensive on Sundays.
Well, Sunday they might have a better chance of people being at home. Whereas Saturday, people tend to go out on Saturday night. Whereas Sunday all day, you got them. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
We never accused you of being a scientist.
So, what are your plans, John? Now that you've got this newfangled technique of quoting stats.
Now that I'm a sports guy.
Yeah, a pocket sports guy. What's your plan for Super Bowl?
I have no plan. I've got nothing.
You realize yesterday was not the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I understand that. I'm not a sports guy, but I also read. I read a lot.
Yeah.
I have no plans, and nobody invites me to Super Bowl parties because I guess I have a reputation as not giving a fuck.
So you don't give a fuck, and you put your dick in the mashed potatoes at the party, and they don't want you there, or
I am the asshole who does not care.
You're the guy who comes to a costume party and goes, "Yeah, I didn't dress up. Is that cool?"
I didn't dress up. I came I came just to be social and be the only outcast not in a costume.
Where are the mashed potatoes?
But last year I went to a Super Bowl party and we did the grid. Betting on numbers. You buy squares.
Yeah, squares.
Where's?
So I like that part of it. As long as I got some money in the game, I can enjoy it.
No, gambling is the only thing that makes sports interesting to me.
Yeah.
No, and that was the thing. Yesterday I had money riding on the team to win. I had Seahawks to win, but then I also had odd or even on the score. So of course I had even, and they ended up. But how great was that?
But that was regular time score, right? So it was 22-22.
Yeah, no, it goes till the score.
Oh,
but
final.
Final.
Had they scored a field goal, that would have lost. Yeah. But instead, they scored the touchdown. But then they don't kick the extra point because the game's over. Yeah. So it ends up at 6.
Oh, that's right.
As soon as that guy ran the end zone, I went, I won this fucker because it usually goes to a field goal.
Becker falling bass backwards again into the money. Jesus Christ!
I love it.
I can't be that much of a sportsman. Because I don't have the income. I don't have the disposable income to be gambling on every game. So I got to choose just the Super Bowl. That's the one game I'll put some money down on.
You don't have any World Cup money left over?
I really thought the USA was going to take it this year.
So John, who do you have your eye on for Super Bowl Sunday?
I think I'm going to go with the Patriots.
Why? Who told you?
I have no reason.
Okay.
I have no reason. I just I can't go on Facebook because of all of the Seahawk fans that keep posting. So it's basically just a reaction to the amount of Seahawk fanfare I've seen the last couple hours.
You don't like that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not
peacocking.
against it. I'm not gonna shit on anybody's team. I'm just having a reaction to it.
John, I'm gonna give you the social trick of the year for you.
Go ahead.
This is something I've used since I was young. What you do is because you say, I'm of limited means. I don't really know what to bet on, and I'm not sure. What you do is you do what I call a cross bet. What you do is you bet, like Greg, you bet him on the Seahawks for $20. Then you find somebody else with the Patriots, you go $20 with them. And you just keep cross betting the same money, and then they just trade money. You don't actually have any money on the line.
Yeah.
Huh.
To half of those people,
out.
Half of those people, you're a genius.
That just means I'm just bookkeeping at that point.
Absolutely.
No,
but you're even.
You get to be invited to all the bigger parties, and they go, John, he's a big gambler. That guy, bring him in.
I've got $800 on this game, $400 each way. It doesn't matter.
Actually, you have no money.
Yeah,
you're just gonna hand the money from one win over to a loss.
Well, I like the grid. I like buying the score, and I like score-based things.
Yeah.
Because that means I don't have any knowledge whatsoever of who's playing or the game itself. I don't even have to know the rules of the game. So I like that. I like, the more blind I can go into a bet, the better.
Yeah, it's like a chicken could poop on a number and could win.
Sure.
Yeah.
I could poop on a number just as good as a chicken.
There's a game.
I don't know if I'm playing that game, but
you guys got some cash? Let's do it.
See, now you're a gambler.
See, there you go.
So I will have plans for the Super Bowl. I will watch it, but I have 2 weeks, right? I got 2 weeks to find a party.
2 weeks.
Yep.
Becker, what are your plans in Costa Rica for the Super Bowl?
We will be at Mary's place in lovely Playa Negra. We'll be in Playa Negra at Mary's place.
And that's a bar?
Yes, it is. And it's it's a nice little bar. That's the one where a couple years ago we went to a playoff game. They weren't going to open on Sunday. They didn't think they'd get any people. And they had a packed bar. And Romy, Becky's dad, and I said, can we use this chalkboard? Because they didn't have any specials because they didn't plan on opening. They go, okay. And we set up a board and I took all the money. And these people are going, oh, well, how's this work? And I'm like, I don't know, just give me money.
Oh my God.
And I go, I don't take colones. This is an American game. Get American money. And we almost had a riot at that point. I think any country takes an offensive when you won't take their own currency.
It ends with you putting a lot of cologne or the local money in your pocket, right?
Yeah, I made out on both ends. I won 2 of the 4 quarters, so I was good. But yeah, all in all, it's. I mean, this has been a beautiful year. The weather is just incredible. I don't understand why people sit in 40 degrees in Alaska when the bears are coming out. I read that the bears are coming out of hibernation.
Yeah, we're all gonna get murdered by bears.
Is that what's going on right now?
Yeah, they well, at least at the nature wildlife refuge, the bears aren't hibernating because it's too warm.
Yeah, but bears don't. I mean, at that wildlife refuge, I've been there in the dead of winter, and they're still hanging out. The black bears, because they get fed.
Yeah,
they probably don't want them to hibernate because they don't need to, right?
Yeah,
they make money on people coming by and seeing real bears.
So I don't know if there's been any actual bear spottings in the wild.
No, they had pictures of them by the gate, by the whatever Fort Richardson,
the military base.
Where'd you see this?
It was in the. It's called the Alaska. Was it Dispatch?
ADN.com. John, you should check out your local newspaper. It's online now.
I didn't even know we had that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I saw a bear once, and that was down, headed towards Girdwood, almost to Indian, and past Indian before the old birdhouse. So, I mean, have you ever seen a bear in town? I know, Becker, you have them like right out there by the bus. You've got a green belt, and you get moose, and you get bears, and fucking parakeets. Yep. I don't know what the fuck. You got everything going on back there. But John, I mean, you're more of an urbanite. Have you ever seen a bear in town?
Not in Anchorage. I've never seen a bear in this area.
Bears in town. It doesn't bode well for the bear to be hanging around often in town.
You guys, I'm looking for this winter bear sighting. I can't find it, so I'm not calling you.
You know what, John?
liars.
I think the reason you haven't seen a bear in town is you eat out too much. If you cook at home and throw your stuff like raw meat cuttings in your garbage, you'll have bears all the time.
That's where you're wrong. I'm actually a forager, and I've been eating out of the dumpsters for a long time. I'm eating the same meals as the bears. So
you're eating all the bear food.
Yeah.
You're taking trash from bears' mouths? How dare you? How dare you, sir?
I'm like Goldilocks. I just take the food right out of their mouth. But I've never seen. I mean, I still live in Southeast, and we have black bears all over the place. But I've actually never seen one in this area. And I lived in Kodiak, which is famous for its bears, and I never saw one either.
Oh wow! I would imagine you'd see one there way before you'd see one in Anchorage. But it's not to say that they don't show up. I mean, Anchorage has a lot of wildlife.
I just lied to you guys. I have seen a bear at the airport.
Really at the airport?
Not like the stuffed one, but like running across the road when you're driving to the Anchorage airport.
Oh wow.
That is actually a great thing if you're dropping relatives off. Going, we might move here, and they go, fuck that.
Oh, I have an update from the last episode. We talked about the glitter
bomb. The mail glitter to your enemies.
There is a story today about how that guy is trying to sell that company because it was a joke, and he's gotten way too many. He's gotten 1 million requests so far, and so he's trying. Now that it has become a real company that people want to give money to, he's just trying to sell it for like $200,000.
Yeah, I saw that, and cat's out of the bag. Now someone will just mail a lot of glitter to your enemies.com. I mean, it's out of. He had a great fucking thing. He could have capitalized on it. And then how hard is it, dude, to put glitter in a folded piece of paper and then put it in an envelope and put a stamp on it?
No, you're missing the point. I finally saw what it really was. It's the coolest thing ever. Do you know what
talking about the tube?
Yeah, the tube.
I don't think that's that guy. Because I don't think this guy actually.
The tube was cool.
No, the tube was cool. I think someone did that as like a jackass prank to their dad. Which there's no way that you would be able to sell that and ship that for $9.99 from Australia to the U.S. But my point being is that this guy, he came up with this fucking goofball thing, and instead of really doing it, he just had all these like derogatory comments, like in the FAQ section, people would ask questions, and his answers were like, "Fuck no, leave me alone. I don't even want to send you glitter." You know, I mean, he had an idea that was, $1 million idea for the short term.
His customer service needed work.
And he immediately, when it hit, it got picked up and went viral. He immediately had them, it got shut down from the servers because his traffic went through the roof. Because anytime there's an anomaly, they think it's an attack or something. So the server got shut down. Then he brings it back online, but he was frustrated and didn't know what the fuck to do. And then he puts a for sale sign on it. But it's like, too late, dude.
Yeah, why don't you just make $1 million sending glitter to people?
Or pay someone to do it.
I mean, I guess as a joke, he had no idea that the media was going to pick it up, but I guess the media loves glitter. They were all about it.
But did you follow up on the other stories? There was the lady that the story reads, woman glitters ex-boss and gets arrested.
How?
That's what I thought. So you click on the story. What she did is her last day was on a Monday. She used her card. She worked at a financial institution, and she uses her employee card to zip into the building again on Wednesday after she's long fired or gone. She wasn't fired. She just quit. But she goes in, glitters her boss's desk, puts white powder all over his desk, breaks 2 computers, fucks up his printer, and gets arrested. But the story reads, glitter is the reason he's arrested. No, it's the vandalism is why she was arrested.
She spread glitter all over his office, shot him in the stomach. Glitter attack.
Glitter attack.
Hey, guess what? We have a special guest here on Near the Wild.
Yeah, who's that?
Is it a howler monkey?
He's a young man we've known for years and years. We originally met him with a band called Rat Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm doing a shot of tequila right now, so he's going to say hello.
Doesn't he do Jägermeister?
He is doing Jaeger.
Oh, yeah, I got Jaeger. What's up, fellas?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Well, it's going pretty good. Just got out of the pool with my book, and it's pretty awesome.
I still don't know who this is.
Introduce yourself.
Mark Russell, and I did meet you guys back in the day. And
you never met John. I know who you are. I've known you for years. But John here is a local Anchorage stand-up and a fixture over there at Coots and co-host on the show with Matt Becker. And you guys have never met.
Hey, Mark Russell.
Hey, man, I started playing Coots, I guess, about 95 maybe for a few years.
Yeah, I think it was right when my band stopped playing there. So it's like either 95 or 96.
Yeah, I would always hear about you guys, but I never got to see you play.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of us playing either. I was pretty drunk.
Those are the stories I hear.
Oh, you were at one of the trips down to Costa Rica. You were there, and I remember you killed it because you did you have a guitar with you, or did you grab a guitar at the spreader bar that was laying around?
We actually took a guitar off the wall.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm not sure how many strings it had. I believe it had 6.
It didn't have 6. There's no way. There's no guitar unless it's at the Hard Rock Cafe. There's no way a guitar on a wall of a bar called the Spreader Bar has 6 strings.
Well, it was fish line actually, but
you know what? Either way, it got us through a whole bunch of drunken songs, and I remember that very specifically. Bart was playing as well.
Yeah.
I think we had one guitar, and Bart was playing one, and then we pulled the other one off the wall and just proceeded to play any song we could think of. And about every third song, someone would dump a shot down our throats. And,
that was the night.
No,
all the girls that worked there, the young Ticos, were standing on the bar dancing, and they had that one local drink that everyone was pounding. What's that? It's a clear liquor.
Guaro. I have a video.
Guano?
No, not guano. Guaro.
Guaro. I actually have a video, and it's probably wouldn't be that hard to find, of Bart on the bar with the young ladies.
Yes.
Some of them were waitresses, some of them were guests, and some of them were other things.
Yeah, and I believe the favorite quote after, because I think we drank till 4 or 5 in the morning. I think the favorite quote was, "I think that hooker might have stole my cell phone."
No, that's right. Stealing hearts and cell phones.
She was later exonerated.
We immediately accused the hooker.
That was actually the wedding trip that jam happened.
Oh, that's right. That was the Powell wedding.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So you're down there with Billy Bad, I assume?
Yep. We're down here, and we got about a week more, and got a beautiful house on the beach. Can't complain. Doing a whole lot of nothing. Our biggest worry yesterday was how to get the football game to come in clearly, and Matt tackled that technological hurdle and made it happen.
Amazing.
Thank you, GCI and Slingbox.
Brought to you by Slingbox.
You have one more week in Costa Rica. Do you have any kind of like a highlight or a plan to do like any fishing or anything? I don't know. Go try and find your cell phone from a hooker. What do you got going on?
I'm not big on fishing, but we've done a few of the canopy tours.
Huge on hookers.
The equivalent of the what do you call them? Zip lines.
Zip line.
And I've never done one down here in Samara. We're farther south than we've ever been, and there's a lot more jungle. So I think we might do that.
You know what they have? They have the 2-seater helicopters for $130. You get a half hour. They will fly you up and down the coast. And Jared and I are going to be doing that.
Oh wow!
I just want to say I was offered to do that. I saw a picture of this helicopter.
Yeah.
It looks like something you build out of a cardboard box.
Yeah, but they have 5 of them. So
Is that?
I swear to God, it looks like a model. And that's why I'm not going to be doing that.
Is that a 2-seater helicopter? So it's just you and a pilot? Is it including the pilot, or do they just give you the keys?
You sit in the front. You sit in the front. He drives in the back, and you fly a 2-seater. It looks like a canoe with a propeller on it. It's the scariest looking thing I've ever seen.
Go for it, dude.
Yeah, sounds legit.
We're gonna have Billy doing driving in the car underneath us, just in case we need emergency services.
Just put a mattress on the roof of the car in case you guys need to bail out and jump.
I imagine that will be fun, but I'm going to pass on that one. But I do want to do the zip line. I've never done one down here, so that'll be fun.
Well, it's an amazing trip. It's very hard for Mark to get time off because he's a very busy musician full time.
Yeah.
And so for him to actually get time off, it's amazing.
Yeah, a lot of hoops were jumped through, a lot of asses were kissed, a lot of babies.
Mark, I was just talking about your venture. What's the name of your company again? You do well, explain it what it is and tell me the name again because someone was asking.
Yeah, it's Emerald City Management in Dallas, Fort Worth, and it all started with Emerald City Band, who's been a staple private party corporate band there for pretty much going on 30 years.
Wow.
I was with that band for about 11 years after my Coots runs with Rat Ranch. And my boss, the guy that owned that band, said, you know what? I'm turning down a lot of work. Let's form another band. So we formed another band called Limelight, which is my band, which is a big 10-piece party band, horn section, 2 girls, the whole 9 yards. And it's now built to 4 bands. And we definitely don't want any more than that. We're just trying to keep all those 4 bands working. But Dallas-Fort Worth market is such a great area. There's so many weddings, corporations, sporting events that we're staying busy. Can't complain, man. It's been great.
And it's mostly weddings and corporate and big dollar.
Yeah, it is. I did a gig for the day of the Seattle game. I played for the Jerry Jones's owner's box, and that was fun. We were sitting there on stage playing high energy music at the quietest possible volume known to man, with Chris Christie walking in front of us, and
they have a separate stage in the owner's box. I'm so confused.
If I can describe it well, hopefully. There's a whole bunch of VIP boxes that look out on the field, and on the back of those boxes are doors that open up into what they call the Owners Club, and it's a pretty big area. It's a good sized club with. It's like
a big runway that goes all the way around.
Correct, except this one is contained to just the side of the field where Jerry Jones's box is. So like the box next to that was the Mercedes box, and one of the guys that worked there told me those boxes go for about $1 million a year.
Yeah,
and they seat about 20 people, have their own private bartenders and staff, and it's pretty unbelievable. It's so over the top, but it's what you would expect from Jerry Jones and Cowboy Stadium, and it's a beautiful area. And
they're also going to be playing the Arkansas governor's inauguration.
They're doing that without me.
They're doing that without him.
They did that Tuesday, and they also played the national championship game on Monday night at the stadium. So a lot of cool work going on right now.
The life. Look at you. and now you're looking to go cheat death on a zip line.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong?
You should wait to do the helicopter until after he does the zip line, because in case he falls off, then you can do a search and recovery mission. Have a good time there, Mark.
Just fly around and burn gas for fun.
Well, guys, it's good talking to you, man. I'm going to bail back to the pool.
Yeah, have some
turn things
Jaeger.
back over to Matt.
Nice meeting
All right,
you,
guys,
Mark.
I'll have one for you. Appreciate it. Thanks, fellas.
You hear that? He just took my Jaeger.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at our website for Near the Wild Alaska podcast, and we have 2 reviews in iTunes, guys.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah, and they're both good. So
Nice.
I'd like to see if maybe if anyone is listening to this and they like it, go on to iTunes and do a review. And I think that's supposed to do something good for us.
Is one of the reviews from at Timothy Madonna?
You know, I didn't check who they're from. I don't know if it usually is
Does
just.
it say?
Oh, you know what? He would put Timothy Madonna, wouldn't he?
At Timothy Madonna,
Yeah.
if you are listening and you haven't reviewed us, you could become one of our, you'd be 33% of our reviews if you went and reviewed us right
Absolutely.
now.
You could be a Near the Wild Diamond member before the weekend. We got to start a class system.
Well, yeah. If you're listening and you like it, that would be cool. That would help us out. I don't know how it's going to help us out, but it makes it sound like it's urgent. It's a call to action, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it bumps us up on the iTunes list. Even if it's a negative review, I think it helps.
Well, you know what? I was going to save this for a later broadcast, but I think we should do it now. My plan is next year we are going to, at the end of the year, give away a trip to Costa Rica.
What? How do I enter?
Yeah,
Can I
see?
win this?
There you go.
Am I allowed
would
to
go
win?
to iTunes and do it. I would do a positive review on iTunes if I were you.
I'm gonna go review. I'm gonna go review the show.
Well, that's fantastic, Becker. I guess we'll have to talk about that.
Yeah.
Well, Costa Rica sounds great, but what about a trip to Alaska, since it's a Alaska podcast?
Well, I thought about that. It's just so expensive up there.
They stay in the bus, right?
They sleep on the bus.
Oh, how fun would that be? Okay, maybe we'll combine it. Maybe we'll give away a trip to Alaska and a trip to Costa Rica.
It's an all expense paid
Either
trip
way,
as long as you sleep on the bus and don't eat anything.
Either way, just so you go into it knowing you're going to be sleeping in the tent for about 4 to 5 days in one of my 2 properties.
Oh, that sounds awesome. So I do want to. I was talking to Doug last night. We were really drunk talking about podcasts and stuff, and he's going to start cross promoting our podcast here on his podcast.
Oh, cool.
So this Near the Wild Alaska podcast, sponsored by not only Slingbox, the Doug Stanhope podcast, and DougStanhope.com, because that's the only way I'm making money right now is someone buying Doug Stanhope merchandise.
And well, you should buy Doug Stanhope merchandise. Who knows how long he's going to last?
Yeah, that's true. He's not. Oh my God, he's not giving up on this thing of retiring. He's like, maybe I'll do a show in August. I'm like, motherfucker.
No, he's.
Well, I don't know, and I don't care. I mean, I'm staying in his house. My bills are low.
So if you're listening to this, please help Greg squeeze as much blood out of that rock as he can.
Yes. Get the Stanhope calendar.
Good idea. I'll make them by hand, one at a time on a copy machine. Hey, this is an 8.5 by 11 sheet folded in half. This is bullshit. I will tell you that I'll have news on our next podcast. Doug is doing a 30-day rehab in a trailer. No TV, no smoking, and only 2 drinks a day.
And no internet?
No, there'll be internet. But he's not watching TV. He's reading books. He's not
so he
smoking.
can still Google people smoking.
Yes, he can still watch pictures of. But that I'll have more information. I mean, that's the gist of it. But we're still working it out, and I will be doing it right alongside him. I don't smoke, and now I got to kick this Adderall though. Apparently, so maybe that'll be my.
That's a tough one.
So far, this thing has been 1 weekend in a row you've done Adderall.
1 day in a row.
Good luck passing your classes this semester if you're not on Adderall.
Yeah, I feel like writing a paper.
Before we wrap up, I turned 30 on Friday.
Oh,
So I want to know where each of you were when you turned 30.
Ooh, 30. We figured it out.
I've got to figure out what year it was when I was.
Yeah,
30.
no, I'm trying to.
Let me see. What year is it now?
2015, year of our Lord.
All right. So that would be. Ooh, okay.
I did not mean for this whole segment to be you guys doing math in your head.
No, we're not big math guys. You know that. If you just said in your 30s, I could have helped. I know I was in Alaska.
I know where I was. Well, Becker, I remember you and I were living in the duplex right across the street from Coots in 95, the spring and summer of 95.
Right.
And that was a year before I stopped playing music.
Yep.
So I don't know if that helps. Like, where were you before? Were you working at the Long Branch back then?
No, because remember, that was the winter. I worked at.
Oh, wait a minute. Doug came up in 95. So you were in LA.
Yeah, no, I would have been. Okay, I'd have been in LA. Yeah. Okay, I was having a blast. Yeah, sorry about your luck, John.
I was in that was probably the heyday of my band. We were traveling from we were based out of Orange County, and then we eventually moved up to Alaska. We were doing gigs in Alaska, Guam, Hawaii, and we would go back every once in a while to Orange County. So no, I don't remember where I was in 1993 or 94 because there was a lot of drinking. But I was on tour for about 6 years, and that was the height of it right there. And that was we were going up to Coots probably 3 times a year at that time.
Wow.
So we were doing 8 week stretches.
Yeah. No, the timeline is weird because 30 is a weird time. Yeah, because you're halfway. You still think you got gold.
That's when I wanted to.
Stuff.
That's when I was planning on getting out of the band. I'm like, I can't do this when I'm 32. You know, it still took me 4 years to get out of it, and then not a day goes by I don't think about playing music on stage. So I didn't plan that one too well.
It's fucking great.
So John, what do you plan on doing?
I don't really have a plan. I think I'm just going to go to Coots and just drink.
That's a good one.
I think probably.
It's Friday night?
Yeah.
Friday.
All right.
Yeah. So I think my only plan. I don't really like to do big parties at my house because I don't like to clean up. So I'll just tell everybody to meet me at Coots.
Hey Becker, who's in the Birdhouse on Friday night?
It'll be Kim. Kim will be in there. I know. I don't know who's working when I'm not there, but Kim will definitely be there.
Okay, Duran's back in town. I'll call Duran, but if you can get a message to Kim, let's give our young friend here, John, a $50 bar tab.
I agree with you. I think $50 is about the right amount John should drink.
Yes.
that
and a free
right.
cab ride. And you're getting a free cab ride, too.
Woo!
Yeah, we'll definitely get you a cab ride, and we'll buy you something from the kitchen.
Score.
Do you remember the time you got hammered at the bar and they had the truck outside?
Yes.
You do remember. Good.
Well,
that was one of the funniest nights.
I remember bits and pieces of it.
What happened? Tell me. I wasn't there.
John looks at me. We were out drinking, and it was a comedy night or something. I came out for that on Tuesday or something, and John happened to be out, and we never really hang out and drink as much as like we like to. But we just happened to drink that night, and he goes, I'm hammered. I've got to get home. And I was like, fuck, I got to get him out of here. So we went out to go. They didn't have the kitchen open yet. So we went out to the food truck, and he's outside going, hey, lady, come here. I need to talk to you. I go, stop talking to people. So I get him a BLT, and I put him in a cab, and he's just smiling. Like, do you remember the end of Cool Hand Luke when he's just smiling when they drive away?
Yeah.
John looked like. That was John eating a BLT in the back of a cab going, how bad could it be?
Give me a BLT and a free ride, and I'm happy.
Yeah. No man can eat 50 BLTs.
I'll prove you wrong.
Excellent. Well, happy birthday, John.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, happy birthday, John.
Thank you very much. Thanks for listening to Near the Wild, everybody. That's another awesome episode. I'm John Norris from Anchorage, Alaska.
I'm Matt Becker in Samara, Costa Rica.
And I'm Greg Chaille in Bisbee, Arizona.
Woo! Wonderful.
You've been listening to the Near the Wild podcast with Matt Becker and John Norris, recorded in Anchorage, Alaska on Matt Becker's Backyard Bus. Engineered by me, Greg Chaille.